What is the most edible part of a car? The user manual. Most drivers. The what? There's a user manual? Whatever's leather. Just boil it down. Broth and some meat. Anyone who has children will know that just by moving the car seats you can feed a family for at least a year. The old French fries that fell down the seat cracks. The wire coating. Most modern cars use soy-based wire insulation, which has led to a rise in rodents chewing up automobile wiring. It's not the insulation itself. They use nut oils to lubricate the wire as they pull it through. Giggity. Definitely not the delicious-looking antifreeze. The cardboard pine tree. All those little crumbs between the seat cushions. The gas. It tastes great and it turns into hot sauce if you put fire in your mouth. There is a well-known joke in the car community that Subaru uses chocolate pistons in their engines, because they melt so easily. Do I really want to know the reason for this question? Probably not. I'd go for the electronics. Crunchy chips. Tasty. Tasty arsenic-doped wafers. The seed. One of the easiest to boil. And it's already been seasoned and slightly warmed up from being farted up. But smells like butt. The cotton that makes up the seats. Is it cotton? Or is it foam? It's foam, isn't it? Blinker fluid. The sweets stashed in the glove box. Bumper bugs are delish. The nut behind the wheel. Definitely the chocolate syrup you get when you pull out the popsicle stick. The dead body in the trunk. The groceries in the back. Wiper fluid. Apparently soy-based wiring insulation, since my neighbor's Honda several times has had huge damage from rats and raccoons eating it. The leather interior. Pretty much the same thing as a steak. Y'all just be asking anything. Radiator fluid. If it's good enough for porcupines, it's good enough for Oli Grandad. Since Michelin stars are given by the same company. Tires, I'm assuming. The driver. The air filter paper. The leather seats. Everything is just as edible as the next. It's just some of them you can only eat once. The fast food crumbs left in your car. The water in the radiator. Gum or the 50 ketchup packs I keep in my glove box. The carpet. The driver. The snacks you store inside. Petrol. The spider hiding behind the sun visor. Assuming you're driving a hydrogen fuel cell car. The exhaust. The leftover McDonald's scraps you have at the back. The person driving it. My older sister, when she was about 5 to 7, would bite and actually eat the back of the leather seats and also the side railing below the window. When my dad tried to sell the car dealer asked if a dog chewed the seats. My dad said yes, since he was too embarrassed to tell him it was his daughter. So I assume seats are the most edible part of the car. The driver inside. The leather, of course. If there isn't any leather, then whatever's fabric. The insulation for the wiring on many Toyotas. It's made from soy. If rodents keep eating your wiring in your car, get that redone with standard rubber. The questionable crumbs in the glove compartment. The dead spider under your car seat. The crumbs on the floor. Best make sure the car was just used. The exhaust. The driver. Probably the driver. The donut. The driver. The carpets probably aren't that bad. I mean, they're already covered in crumbs. At least in my car, which we sometimes have to eat it. The rubber of the tires could also maybe work. The gasoline. Probably whatever's paper in the glove box. Whoever is tied up in the boot. The seat stuffing. Bears love that speep. The driver. An axle. The donut. Spare tire. The muffler. The windscreen washer fluid. Why would you even ask this, haha? Zombies coming? The headrest seat parts and the buckle. Don't ask. Are you doing alright? Stay away from the fuel, LL give you gas. You can't eat carpet. Can you, daddy? Sure. Son. You gotta boil it first. Soften up the glue. Carl. That's not carpet. That's Berber. That's an industry term. The driver. The meat filling. The crumbs on the back seat from when you were eating biscuits in the car that one time. No idea. Leather seats. The leather seats or the seat belts. Gasoline has the most calories. So probably that. The antifreeze, you will die, but hey, who gets to taste antifreeze in their life? The fuel. The donut spare tire. The crumbs on the floor. The part when you brake fast. The passengers. The gasoline, I drink this all the time. Probably a small screw. The old sucker that's been under the seat for about 2 years. How long does a French fry have to be under the seat before it becomes part of the car? The muff. Op needs answers now. His car stalled out in the middle of a snowstorm. And the driver has that Hannibal Lecter look in his eye. The seats. Someone actually did it on my strange addiction. The car horn. You can eat that speep if you try to merge too late. The insulation on the wiring harnesses in new cars is 100% soy-based. It's why rodents love chewing up the wiring these days and why the harnesses are nowhere near as durable anymore. Do I have the book for you? Gas tank. The seats. At least you'll get more of it down than anything else. Driver. All of it if you're determined enough. The gas hole. The passengers. The passengers. That bag of chips that's always somehow hanging around. The body in the back. The steering wheel. The food stuck in limbo under the seats. The humans inside of it. Edible as in easy to swallow / chew. Or that won't kill you. The former. The washer fluid. The latter. The cushion fluff / leather. Headlight fluid. The sticky goo at the bottom of every cup holder. All of it, but you won't really be able to eat much afterwards. The peen. And then you're in the Man from Mars. You go out at night. Eat in cars. You eat Cadillacs. Lincolns too. Mercuries and Subarus.